It's quite wrong to believe that science reduces humanity, that science somehow gives you a bleak, cold, empty, barren view of the universe and of life. Quite the contrary. Science is enriching and fulfilling.
Deconverted Man here. Today I'm going to be looking at a video called Burying Evolution in Info by Peter Heck. Let's start the logical analysis. Here we go.
Evolutionist believes that all life came from a single-cell organism like an amoeba.
Hi everybody! Remember me? Yes, I'm sure everybody remembers you, Outright Lie. For those of you not in the know, Outright Lie tends to talk to me from time to time. At any rate, this is not what biological evolutionists believe, so this is not true. In fact, biological evolutionists have no idea what the first life was, but we do think it was something simpler than what we have today. But there's no consensus on what it was, and it certainly wasn't an amoeba. Whatever it was would be nothing like the amoeba that we know today, and in fact, amoebas themselves have evolved as well.
We all know what an amoeba is, right? A little blob of one-cell nothingness.
Why, no, that's not what an amoeba is, actually. Yes, it has a single cell, but it's not a blob of nothing.
Okay? If you took the amoeba and you were to write down all of the information that's in an amoeba, you'd put together a little pamphlet like this. All right, here's the pages that have all of the information necessary for making an amoeba. This is an amoeba. Got it? Then you get to a human being. The human being has a little bit more information in it, okay? You see this? This is all of the information necessary to make a human being.
Oh, hey, look, you're wrong. Amoebas have more information than humans do. So this is the number of units of DNA found in the amoeba Proteus, which has 290 billion base pairs of DNA in it. That's its genome. And that's 100 times larger than the human genome. So actually, amoebas have more information than humans, not less, making this an outright lie and a false analogy to boot.
Where did all of this extra stuff come from, okay? If it evolved from this into this, all of that extra stuff had to come from somewhere, and the evolutionists have no answer for that.
Well, this is an outright lie, and in fact, he says there are answers, but then he says the answers don't work.
Say, okay, it's not natural selection, it's gene mutation. Every so often you'll have one of these genes in a species just flip out. It'll freak out, and when it freaks out, that's the scientific term for it.
This is another outright lie. No, the scientific term for gene mutation is not flipping out or freaking out. It's neither of those things.
They have information issues. Now, they try to explain it. Now, what are their explanations? They say, well, it came about by natural selection. What?
And once again, no, this is an outright lie. He's misrepresenting what scientists are saying is the explanation.
Okay, the problem with that explanation, gene mutations always result in the loss of information.
Hello? Hey, how's it going? I told you never to call me again. Ugh.
It has never been observed to create new information. We still don't have any explanation for this.
No, actually, that's not true. It has been observed in the lab. So, again, outright lie. Today's grand total is 9 logical fallacies, with most of them being outright lies. If all you have to go on is a lie, then you don't have anything to go on at all. I say that they're outright lies independent of whether or not he personally knows that they are not true, because it is deception, and he is not presenting real info. He is presenting false info. He is not doing his research. He's probably not interested in doing the research, and if he bothered to do the research, he would understand that this explanation is far, far better than his. Maybe there is a God. That is a possibility that I'm willing to consider. But I'm not willing to consider that if you are saying that I must deny this piece of reality called biological evolution in order to consider the idea of God. I'm not willing to go there, and thus, if you are a Christian and you are supporting anti-evolution statements and tactics and preachers and pastors and ministers and whoever else wants to step forward to spout nonsense about biological evolution being false when it isn't false, then you have created a stumbling block for this person. You have done exactly what the Bible told you not to do, and you are listening to a false prophet while you are doing it. Biological evolution is true. Anyone that says otherwise is telling you a lie. Unless or until we are presented with logically coherent arguments, we must continue to be skeptical of the conclusions.
Billions and billions